Kerri Urbahn, Fox News legal editor and former counselor to Attorney General Bill Barr. I thought that was a very strong retort by Pam Bondi, basically turning it back on him. And it really encapsulated, Kerri, in so many ways, where the focus of the prior DOJ has been for the past 4 years on all of these efforts to get Trump, rather than addressing the crime that existed and was growing in their cities. I mean, it's all right there in that soundbite, in that exchange.
Well, that's why I thought it was interesting when she was asked, repeatedly asked these kinds of hypotheticals like the one that you just played. And she gave the standard answer for the most part, which is, I'm going to follow the facts and the law. That's the answer you always hear from AGs, deputy AGs, and U.S. attorneys. But at one point, Martha, she added in, with good faith. And I thought, that's interesting and good for her. That's wise. Why did she say in good faith? Because how many times, to your point, since 2016 did we see the justice system abused and manipulated against Donald Trump when, say, career officials or the like brought a case to an AG or a U.S. attorney and said, look, here are the facts, here are the law. But it completely lacked good faith and it was politically driven and it was just simply an effort to get Trump. So I thought that was very wise that she added that, because what she was saying there is it's not just the letter of the law, it's the spirit of the law, which, as we know, has been basically eradicated over the last number of years when it comes to Trump.
And I think that we should all have faith, as you bring it up, ultimately in the justice system, because these cases that have been pursued and pursued and pursued fell apart under their own weight. And I think that, as challenging as it has been, and as many people who've lost faith in the Justice Department, she cited the numbers, it's very disheartening in this country. In the end, these cases fell apart, and she made it clear today she wants to focus on crime and keeping Americans safe in the country. Here's a little bit more. Let's look at this montage to get people the flavor of this hearing today. Watch.
If confirmed, I will fight every day to restore confidence and integrity to the Department of Justice and each of its components. The partisanship, the weaponization, will be gone.
At issue, I believe, in this nomination hearing is not your competence nor your experience. At issue is your ability to say no.
I think you're the perfect pick at one of the most dangerous times in American history.
I'm curious, Kerri, how you read the Democrats' pushback, because they have to evaluate again after the last election. But we are seeing them sort of fall back on their general behavior in these sorts of hearings with these sort of gotcha attempts. It doesn't seem like they have changed their tenor.
Although I do think they were treading a bit more lightly. I do think that she was so successful in her retorts against Adam Schiff that when he questioned her again in the next round, he had definitely backed off a bit, was much softer in his tone, realizing that he's going to need her help. I also thought it was interesting when Senator, I believe it was Whitehouse, said something to her, implying that Donald Trump was going to use the DOJ against his enemies and saying something like, you don't believe that, find me a person and I'll find you a crime, right? And she says, yeah, no, I don't, because that's exactly what happened to Donald Trump all of those years. So I was very encouraged by her answers. I thought she did a great job. Her experience as state AG came through really strong. And I think we have a lot to look forward to.
Yeah. Matt Gaetz was the original pick, and it seemed as though that in the rearview mirror, Pam Bondi seems to be in very good shape as she heads towards this process. Kerri, thank you. Great coverage today.
Hey, Sean Hannity here. Hey, click here to subscribe to Fox News YouTube page and catch our hottest interviews and most compelling analysis. You will not get it anywhere else.